This meeting is being recorded.
All right. We're going. We're going. So we'll just start as we always do, coming into your breath, into this space, into this place. So find your comfortable seat. For me, it's really open today. That feels good. Just take a couple of deep, mindful breaths. Inhaling deep, exhaling long. Then on the next exhale, intentionally roll the shoulders back and relax down a little bit more, exhaling even further into your sits bones. And just let anything go, create your intention, whatever that is today, whether you're putting something down or picking something up, let your internal thoughts guide that. And then we're sticking with that same theme, so activating the core. So most of the cues are just going to go back to activating the core. So even sitting in this moment, breathing, let's activate the core and adjust your sits bones so that, and you know where those are, so tip the hip, tip the pelvis, and find that spot where you're very neutral and very grounded. We'll take a couple more of this deep core breath. Inhaling, tightening, activating, exhaling, releasing and relaxing, but still staying engaged. Then one more breath. And then exhale, release. We're just going to go right into some stretches. So send the left leg out, bring the right leg into center. And again, activate the core. We're not going to go into any movement. We're just going to stay straight. So forward facing hips rather than tilting and leaning toward the leg. Go forward facing. Send your hip down. So right hip down and roll your shoulder blades back. And just find that stable position. You're going to feel this stretch all the way down the inside of your thigh. And then also when you adjust those hips, you're going to feel it in the core and in the mid back should be where you're feeling this activation. And then inhale, swoop the arms slowly, bringing them up. We'll go into an extension. Stay here and notice that now the sides of your abs, so the side abdominis, is being activated. As you inhale, roll the shoulder blades back and down. And then exhale, bring the arms into cactus arms. And then hold here for one more breath. On the exhale, roll those shoulder blades down and then fully relax and release. And we're just going to do the same thing to the other side. So we're just really opening up right from the get-go. You're already pretty warmed up. Going to wait for a couple hours. So find that position, nice open leg, right leg is out, left leg is in center, and then shift the hips, sending them forward facing. Rolling that hip back, finding those sits bones, and then lengthening the spine. Nice open position. Continue to breathe into the stretch. And then inhale, we'll take the arms wide and go into that extension. Inhale, arms come wide, activating the core and go into that extension. Feeling now the sides being stretched and opened. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach up a little bit higher. And then exhale, come into those cactus arms. Intentionally opening the shoulder blades, rolling everything back. Keeping that core and those legs engaged in this stretch. One more breath, and then relax and release. Let's take those legs, shake them out a little bit, and then go into staff pose. Hang here for a minute. That same thing. Activate the core. And then take the arms out wide, like you're gonna grab something really, really big. Point the fingers, push them open, palms facing forward. And then bring the pinky in, bring the fingers in, one finger at a time, starting with the pinky, and then wrap that fist around. And then micro bend the arms, and then go into that pouring the pitcher, where you're pouring out pitchers on opposite sides. Legs are still actively engaged. And then exhale, relax, and release. Shake it out just a little bit, shake out the legs. We'll go into that Lord of the Fishes. So keep the left leg out, bring the right leg up over your thigh, and then come into that side twist. Opening the spine. One more breath. And then relax and release, and we'll switch over to the other side. So right leg is extended, left leg comes up and over, and then find that twist. One more breath. Come on down into that center spot. Let's come onto our back. We'll do just a quick wind release. So keeping those abs activated, roll onto your back, and then bring those knees up. And we'll go, hands can be wherever is comfortable for you, and then we'll do those circular rotations. So beginning to go whichever direction. I'm going clockwise first. That's just seems to be where I go. We'll go around 3 times, keeping the core activated as you rotate the knees. Going only as low and deep as feels comfortable. Whatever movement is open in this space is great. And that's 3 for me, so I'm gonna rotate the other way. Wherever you are is good. You go at your speed. Really noticing the hips opening up here, even though we're activating both the lower abs, the upper abs, and the hips all at the same time. So really lubricating this really important area, especially as women. We carry so much, and our hips are so important to vital movement. Right, go ahead and bring those legs down. We're gonna go into this pigeon pose where we open up the legs even further. Bring the right foot up to left thigh, and then open up the leg. Take a couple of breaths here, and then add in the thigh. So opening up the front of the hip flexor, and then reach those hands down underneath the left thigh and bring the thigh and the knee in. Now opening up the backside. Couple of breaths here. Go ahead and unpretzel, bring both of those legs down, go over to the other side. Left foot comes to right knee. Do that opening breath first, opening up the front. And one more breath. Then go ahead and lift up that right thigh, leg, and then open up the underside, that back side. And then bring those feet down, relax and release. And now that we're nice and open, we'll go ahead into some crunches. So go ahead and let's do 10. It's been a while since we've gotten together. So put those hands underneath the neck and then start doing those low crunch. So just inhale up towards the sky, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So that's 3. Count them out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Don't get comfortable. Go ahead and lift up the feet. Knees are up, feet are up. Keep them here, elevated. Let's just point and flex the toes. So really engage the core here as you're pointing and flexing, opening up the ankles. We'll do that a couple more times, keeping the legs up. Now send them straight out. So send the legs out, straighten the legs, keep them up as far as you can up. Maybe you're 6 inches, maybe you're 12 inches. And then on the exhale, bring the knees back into chest. Hold here for a second. And then exhale, send them back. Point them straight. Hold here for 2 breaths. I know you got it. Bring them back in. We'll do that one more time. And this time we're going for 3 breaths. Catch your breath and then send the legs out. Hold here for 3 breaths. Keep breathing. And come on back. Bring the knees in and then relax and release. And then we're going to find rest. It seems funny, but let's go ahead and find rest in bridge pose. So go ahead and bring those hands underneath you. Roll the shoulders and then lift the hips. And then actively roll the shoulder blades down and back. And then if you can, put your elbows to the ground and place your palms facing forward. Holding here for another minute, maybe like 30 seconds, not really a minute. Relax anything out right here. So inhaling, just let anything go, and then exhale, activate. It's a little opposite. Couple more breaths. And then relax and release. Come on back down. Let's stretch out the body. So just go into a staff pose, all the way extended, full body extension, almost like corpse, but fully activated, reaching in opposite directions. And then exhale, just relax, relax and release. We're going to go into a twist, but we're going to do that by activating the core. So go ahead and pull the knees up. Inhale, lift the knees up. And then exhale, send your knees down towards the left side. Extend those arms for that additional stretch, taking it from just the low back all the way up and through the shoulders. And then on the next inhale, bring those knees up and then send yourself over to the right side, keeping the core activated and using the core to move the knees from left to right. Take one more breath here. Then we'll come on back up. Just come with knees to ground. We're going to go ahead and do some of these side crunches. So now that we've opened up the back, let's go ahead and crunch it out. So bringing the right elbow to left knee, or whichever side you want to go to, it doesn't really matter. So inhale, come up and twist. Exhale and come down. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, come down. So keep going here. I'll count them out. I'll let you know when we only have like 5 more reps. I'm going to do about 30. So that's 5 right there. Keep breathing as you're moving. Inhale up, exhale down.
You might find it better to go the opposite way. I don't know. However your breath works. I'm an inhale up, exhale down, but I've been told in the gym to inhale down, exhale up. So you do you. Find out, switch it up. How does that work for you? We're about halfway. So that's 15 right there. Keep going. We got 10 more. So here's one. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, couple more, 2, and 1. Go ahead and finish out. Take a minute to rest. Relax your neck. Shake it down a little bit. Roll it out. We're going to come on up. So when you're ready, lean to one side and make your way into tabletop position. So find your way into tabletop and go ahead and start with those cat-cows, little figure eights. Opening up, finding that cat-cow, relaxing the back. And from here, let's prepare to come to stand, but we're gonna go into a supine pigeon. So bring your left foot up and over. So you have to like kind of lift it up and then scooch the foot over. So you're literally going to lay, front leg is bent, left knee is bent and folded like a chicken leg. So if you're gonna come into runner's pose, so like you're gonna come into a runner's lunge, lean up, left leg is bent, straighten the back leg, straighten the right leg, and now take your ankle on the left and move it towards the right so that you come to sit on into yourself. So, yep, pull your foot down into yourself. There you go. Open up, staying up. This is your pigeon pose. And then from here, lift yourself up into that runner's lunge. So come back onto your knee on the right knee. Come into that runner's lunge and open up the leg. So just lift yourself up into a runner's lunge and open up the leg. And then come back into a plank pose. So bring both your feet back and then switch sides. So bring the right foot forward. Now that left leg is going to wiggle back and down. And then I'm going to physically take my hand and move my right foot in and towards the left so that I can drop my knee and come into this pigeon pose. Opening up the legs. This is really deep, really good hip exercise. And then come on up. So I do that by pulling my weight up onto my back leg and my knee, and then I'm able to pull myself up and then come into that runner's lunge. And then opening up into that low lunge, opening the hips. Then we're going to go back into a plank pose. And then we'll do some of our back opening. So from plank, lower down, we'll do that cobra, sphinx, and then we'll find our way up to the mat. So inhale, come up into that low cobra, nice and tight, nice low back opener. Exhale, drop it down, bring the arms out, come into that sphinx. So we're all the way up to the elbows and the forearms are straight. Extend the weight out through the hands. So push out with the hands and notice how you really feel the stretch in the low back. And then exhale, release. Now go into that Superman. Send the arms straight out in front of you. Inhale, reach the arms out in front of you and reaching out in opposite directions. So really pointing the toes and reaching up. And then exhale, release. Now we're going into locust. Take the hands, send them back towards the feet. Inhale, reach up. Send the hands back towards the feet. And then exhale, come down. Lifting the hands up, go into that downward dog. So I'm going into like a puppy dog first, and then I'm going to go into down dog. Take rest here in down dog for a second, opening up. Go ahead and take those steps up. Do that mountain climber, work it up. Forward fold, come into that ragdoll. Let it all out. And then shake it out and walk it out, roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Come to find yourself in mountain pose. Roll the shoulder blades back in that mountain pose. Let's come into our sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, bend the knees, swan dive. Reach all the way down, come into that halfway lift. And then exhale, relax and release. Inhale, activate the core, reverse swan dive, come on back up. Hands come right down through center under prayer hands. Come back into state. Do that a couple more times. Inhale up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Tip the hips, bend the knees. Do what you got to do to get down. Stretch it out. Do that halfway lift. And then come on back up. Hands come in through center. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Make it good. This is the last time we're going down, all the way down this time. Swan dive. Stretch it out. Bring those hands down to the mat. Plank it out. Chaturanga. See, plank, down to cobra, up into down dog, back into down. Come on back. And then hands to heart center. We'll do that again. 2 more times, your full sun salutations. Inhale, arms come up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Into that halfway lift. Roll those shoulder blades back. Exhale, hands down to mat. Come into plank or modified. Come on down. Go into that upward dog. Open it up. Reach up. Come on down. Downward dog. And meet me back at the front of the mat, and we'll go one more time. Bring those hands on down to heart center. Coming up, one more round. Shake it out. Let anything else go here that's hanging out. Reach up, find that extension. Let it go. Back to that plank. Inhaling up, get that last good back bend wherever you need it. Push up, tip the hips, down dog. Walk it out, walk it up. And come on back. In that mountain pose, we're nice and heated up now. Come on into chair, inhale, reach up, sit back, chair pose. Stay here for 2 breaths, and then we'll go into the twist. So inhale, reach up, stretch up, almost like a palm tree, back bend, and then exhale, sit back down into chair, and then right arm to left knee. Stay here, roll the shoulder blades down. And then we're gonna twist the same way. So inhale, come up, reach into this palm tree, hands come together, slight back bend. And then exhale, sit down into chair, and then twist left elbow to right knee. And then inhale, come up, and just find your way out. Shake it out. Roll out the ankles. We'll come into tree pose. So plant the leg. I'm going over to the left first. So plant the left and then find your way into whatever your tree looks like today. Activating the core all the way through this practice. See if you can, try to add a little sway, a little bit of movement, so you can really focus on the balance. So intentionally almost knocking yourself over and then coming back. All right, and if we're unpretzeled, let's come on down, other side. Find that grounding. I need to roll out my ankle a little bit more. And find that moment. Find your tree. Staying balanced, shifting the weight, trying to intentionally unbalance, knock yourself over. That's how we create balance. Looking at my funky pants, you can't really see where my leg's at.
No, I was admiring your ability to put your leg over like that.
Well, I'm hyper flexible and I'm also very short, so
I'm very jealous of people on road trips that can Indian style in their captain's chairs. Makes me very jealous. I have the big thick thighs. I don't have that.
Yeah, I am one of those people that will struggle up and just pass out. And
I know.
You have seen it in the road trip. Okay. So coming back to our balance, do you want to go in? Well, let's do some warrior one. So take the right leg back. So railroad tracks, nice and wide and open. I need to open up a little bit more. And then we'll do those, the ones that you love so much. So inhale, reach those arms up and then swoop it down. Come in here, lean forward, reach, reach, reach. And then when you get midway, when you start that forward fold, then send the arms back. Touch them back, reach them as far as you can back, and then send them forward. When you come about halfway, use the knee and the core to lift up. There's one. Let's do 5. The slower you go, the more activated you are. It's easy to go quick and just kind of force the motion, but we're trying to really activate these muscles. And if you really tighten as you come up, you're really going to feel that. There's 2. Oh my gosh, 5, is that what I said? Okay. Let's do it. We're committed. So we're halfway there. Woo, feeling that. Shit. All right, keep going. There's 4. Oh, I need to drop my shoulders. Push one more. Really activate the core. Tighten everything down all the way through. Drop the shoulders, relax it, and then inhale, push, push, push down with the feet. I'm telling myself because I need the coaching too. Oh my gosh, that was intense. All right, let's do that again on the other side. All right, open up. And the wider you go, I mean, do what feels good, but the intent is to have both feet planted the whole time. It's kind of easy to like lean forward and kind of lift up. But if you can, dig the heels down and really activate all of these muscles here and here is going to, you know, plus the core when you're really focusing here. Ooh. All right. Inhale once you've got your footing. Inhale, come up, find that reach, and then start the practice. Leaning forward, dipping as far as you can, then forward fold when you find the hips. Then adjust as you need to. I just needed to adjust my back leg there. I was a little too far out. Here's one. We're going to do the same. So that's 5 is what we're expecting here out of the body. Notice how this side feels different for me, at least. I don't know if you're noticing a big difference, but I am definitely noticing a difference in my body, in my ability. I'm definitely leaning more on this side. And I'm not sure if that's because of the accident, if I'm just a little wonky, or if that's coming from a mental place where I'm pulling more to the right side. Anyways, talking my way through, that was 4, so that really helped, just distracting me. Sometimes that's what I do to get through the practice when it's challenging. And that's 5. Woo! Shake it out, walk it out. So catching our breath, we're gonna go into our dancer pose. So I know that you like that one. If you need to grab a chair or something, or if you want to go back to the wall, maybe using the wall as a prop might be good. But we do that by starting out. I'm going to go to my left first. Then I'm going to send my right foot, point my toe behind me. Hands come to hips. And then I begin to lean forward. And as I lean forward, I'm lifting up my back leg. And this is the warrior one. So leaning forward and then extend the arms out. Sometimes you'll hear this called as airplane. And then exhale, relax and release. Yeah, that's a great way to find balance. So now let's switch to the other side. And then after this one, we'll go into the dancer. So we start here by opening up, extending that balance. Tip the hips, point the toe, Bend the knee also helps as you lift. And then hyperextend the knee as you come up, arms come out. And then exhale, drop it down. And then from here to come into dancer, switch over to the other side. And then wrap your hand behind you, find your foot. And then you do that. So it's here, sorry you can't see me. Hand comes behind, and then you find that tip. Finding balance, using your other arm, opposite arm to find balance, and then come down. Or, you know, wall, chair, all of those things also, but you've got your balance has really improved. And I know you said you wanted to do more of this. So I start by pointing the toe, then I grab reach my arm, find my foot, and then find that tip. Kind of forward folding and reaching at the same time, opposite sides. And then exhale, come on back. Let's see where we're at with time. Okay. All right, let's find our way down for some rest. Inhale, reach the arms up. We're gonna find our way down by our sun salutations. That's how we get back down to the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it out, work it out. Relax the hips, kind of do that bear claw thing. And then let's just go straight down. Come all the way down, plank. And then all the way down. Let's reach up real quick here, one little back bend, go into Sphinx, and then push on back into a child's pose. So come on up to your knees, and then do that wide child's pose. Come on back into child's pose. And go ahead and find rest. This is where we're gonna spend a minute in Savasana. So maybe the hands are extended, maybe they're behind you. Maybe hands are like this and you're resting your head on your hands. Allow yourself to just be in your body. And just allow your abs just to rest in this moment. They're just fully open. There's no strain. There's no pressure. They don't have to perform or be engaged. They're just in a state of relaxation. Just allowing gravity to do its thing. If it feels good, if you want to go into that pigeon, it's really easy to do that from here. You just bring one foot up towards your knee, and then you send the other foot back. And you can just transition right into this additional stretch. It's also super relaxing. Then I'm going to switch to the other side because that was enough of that on that side. And just rotating the feet and the knee. And then whatever additional pose you want to take, or wherever you end up, maybe it's time to lay down on the back and just let everything rest that way. I'm feeling really folded up today. Like super open forward fold just feels amazing for me.